Deltarune chapters never fail to create a short, compact experience which engages the player every second of their 3 to 5 hour runtime. That's why it's so much fun for me to compress it even further into a 10-minute summary. Whether you're not planning to play the game yourself and want to catch up on the story, or you're hoping to see something you missed, this is Deltarune Chapter 5 in 10 minutes. Chris wakes up in their house, as normal, and can inspect various things. I might just be misremembering the old chapters, but the narrator feels extra narrate-y? I guess it's because the other characters always butt in as if they heard the narration. When Chris is by themselves, it feels quiet, even though either way you're just reading text on a screen. This chapter contains a lot of exposition in its changes to the hometown and Castletown. As always, I strongly recommend experiencing this as much for yourself as possible at your own pace when you play the game. But here are the most important parts. Toriel likes Sans. Asgore misses Toriel. Wait, does this mean... The festival is getting set up and Asgore is a part of it. He still cares about Chris even though all he has left in his life are these stupid flowers, but definitely are not going to be important later. There's a few people to find in the school. Just kidding, there's just Temmie. She's worth more than everyone else combined, in our hearts. Next, Chris jumps back into the closet. Why would anybody jump back into the closet? Didn't they do all that work to come? Castletown! Our favorite place to spend longer than the runtime of the chapter talking to characters from the other chapters and playing minigames. There's a new rhythm game song, and it appears I'm better at rhythm games than I used to be, because I T-ranked the song I used to fail out of first try. This game mode is super satisfying to play, and I hope it continues to make multiple comebacks. Castletown has a few new developments, such as Ralsei's room existing, and oh my god, it's Chapter 3 all over again. If Sussy Deltarune wants her date with the Knight's little sis to go well, she's gonna have to look the part- Duh! No, Creek, this does not resemble Huggy Wuggy, or a Gubby, or whatever your larpness perceives. Please Tony Foxaya continue this gag in all chapters, I beg of you, please Tobias Clorox wipe, I love ducks. Now it's time to head back up to the surface and enjoy the festival. Most of the interactions are less interesting than the ones in Castletown, but at least Jockington grew the beard. Eventually, Susie and Noelle are left to their own devices and have one of the most terribly but also incredibly written interactions ever written. Noelle has way too fast character development, and by not listening to her mom for 0.2 seconds before hanging up, she needed a rebellious phase, but this seems a little sudden. Also, on the second call, she finds out her dad, fell off a roof, and the call had nothing to do with her date, but I guess you do you, random-ass edgy teenager. Edgy teenager Chris is back, and makes a dark fountain behind Asgore's flower shop, as prophecies by I'm old, I'm sold, I'm gold, I'm mold, I scold, I fold, I'm 12.
I heard it all again last night.
Whoa, how did Unbeatable get here? That's so strange. Sorry, back to Deltarune. Just entering the Dark World, I'd already been recording for almost 2 hours. Guess Trainoni Tracks was lying when he said Chapter 2 was the longest chapter. Let's see who we're gonna meet as our main fun person this time. In a low-res cutscene, Flowery
Sorry to keep
appears.
you waiting. It's me, Flowery.
Flowery is here to introduce us to the 7 human flowers, which just doesn't sound familiar at all. But before he does any of that, he's really just here to rage bait Ralsei.
Yes.
We can't climb up this beanstalk, so we're gonna have to look for another way around. I wonder if any gameplay gimmick might be able to help us out. A mysterious little girl shows up. She reminds me of Red from that old fan game for some reason. Unfortunately, there's no way to traumatize her, because you can't traumatize a stupid little idiot with no brain. Aqua's one of my favorites, I love her easy as. She gives us a prize she wasn't supposed to give us, which will serve as this chapter's gimmick. It's a fun platforming game mode, which will be used a lot and expanded upon throughout the chapter. We can use it to climb and reach the area we previously couldn't. The next flower we meet is Seth. They aren't called purple because they don't want to be. Who are you to judge? They're also one of my favorites because I like nerd characters no matter how stereotypical, and because of Aqua and Seth's duo dynamic. This is the first major example of a fight taking place during the 2D platformer mode, and these fights are all very enjoyable. During this arc of the story, Seth tries to help Aqua attack the party better due to their own uselessness. This happens a few times. Trying to describe Aqua's humor just feels awkward, so I'll just let it play out on screen. And Seth tries their very best. The next flower introduced is Yellow, or more accurately, his giant pistol. After you destroy it, you'll meet Justice himself. Who Susie immediately gaslights into attending some. Great start. On the yellow path, we can start gathering evidence, which will be useful later. We then stop him from blowing himself up and talk to Yellow's duo Blue. Blue is a little less prone to gaslighting, especially as Yellow has mysteriously disappeared. Thus begins one of the most interesting battles of the chapter, the Shirayo. This is where we use that evidence from just before in an Ace Attorney style minigame. It's a very blatant ripoff of that style of game, and not a very good one, but it progresses the plot and helps establish the characters in ways beyond regular dialogue. It's still satisfying to get the answers right, and this fight is quickly won. I'll let this next scene speak for itself. At the cafe, you can get little side dialogues between the flowers and the main cast. They are quite fun, and more get unlocked as you progress. Next, we're introduced to Orange, my personal least favorite flower. She's a crybaby in a super boring and annoying way, and she's not as funny as the others at all. This whole gag is that her attack does 1 damage. So original. Green, on the other hand, is one of the best flowers. They deserve better than this stupid idiot, not said lovingly this time, Orange. Their fight is pretty fun but basic. Here you have to catch the food before Orange can, and once she gets enough, she's able to use a real attack. Now, as friendly and fun as they are, the flowers don't exactly want you destroying their entire world. This sequence is a fun one. All the flowers come back with interesting short encounters. Roll the montage. Finally, we make it to the top where Flowery awaits us with one of the best tracks in the chapter, and it has lyrics for some reason. I find this fight surprisingly difficult and almost died. The dashing felt super inconsistent, or I was just bad. It was especially jarring after the trivial difficulty of the rest of the chapter. After the fight, the knight swoops in and destroys Flowery, which appears permanent, as unlike Tenna, the flowers are fragile and can't be restored in Castletown. His Light World counterpart is also dead. And that's pretty much where we end off, in the middle of school without returning home. I think Chapter 6 is going to be just like Chapter 3, where we're thrust right into the action, without any way to check up on the towns, but I guess we'll see. You might have noticed this video is missing something, and that's because on my first time through I missed the secret boss due to not having enough pink coins. All chapter, 19 of these coins have been scattered across the map, and I only managed to collect 7 of the necessary 10 somehow. So after collecting a few more, I could open this girl which contained orange? No, silly, it's obviously Catgirl Hatsune Miku. This fight is so much fun, and tells a great story in one short time. And it felt short, because I somehow beat this on my first attempt. During the fight, you collect hearts to gather TP maximum, and then use it to increase the Doki meter on the right. As you do so, Pink's body and Ghost separate and start fighting each other, the party getting caught in the middle of their rage. All my friends told me this ultimate attack destroyed them on their first attempt or two, but me? I played Prep Meta, this is just an average Tuesday. Seriously though, I beat it while on such low HP, failing the dodge one more time would have spelled death. I've been told this fight is a metaphor for how Chris and the soul need to learn to live with each other, because although conflicted, they can't get rid of each other. By collecting the remaining pink coins, you can purchase some pretty overpowered gear that's probably going to be very useful in the upcoming chapters. Time to refight Flowery with it on. And that's pretty much it for Deltarune Chapter 5. Hope you enjoyed, see you in the next video, and hope you're excited for Chapter 6.